If you grew up in the 70s, your body learned something most people today can't do: function well without structure, without constant supervision, and without someone constantly telling you what was right or wrong. You were raised in a kind of organized chaos that forged in you a silent ability to survive, improvise, and keep standing when everything around you crumbles. This isn't nostalgia. It's a real superpower that's ingrained in how you react to the world to this day. This video isn't about diagnosis, therapy, or labels. It's simply a way of looking at your way of being and realizing that certain habits, postures, and automatic bodily reactions reveal inner strengths you may never have stopped to acknowledge. Maybe you think it's just your way, but in reality, it's much more than that. It's the mark of someone who has learned to live without a safety net and, even so, has remained whole. If any part of this behavior seems familiar to you, share it in the comments. This is a quiet space to recognize yourself and better understand your own superpowers. His body learned to create order where there was only chaos around it. You walk into a messy room and, without much thought, you already know where to start. You don't need a list, a method, or someone telling you what to do. Your body simply organizes the space as easily as breathing. This comes from a childhood where no one taught you step by step how to tidy things up. You only learned by doing, making mistakes, trying again until it became automatic. When something goes wrong at work or at home, you don't panic and wait for someone else to fix it. You look around, identify what can be done, and act. It's not because you're perfect or because you like to solve everything alone. It's because your body has been trained from an early age to function without clear instructions, without an adult around organizing every detail of your life. This way of creating order amidst chaos is a silent superpower. Many people freeze when they lack structure. Not you. You simply begin. And that's no small feat. It's the mark of someone who grew up knowing that if you don't do it, no one will do it for you. And you've learned to do it well. The way you naturally look for patterns in any mess. You look at a confusing situation and, almost without meaning to, you start to understand how things fit together. You don't need a diagram, a detailed explanation, or someone drawing it for you. Your brain simply finds the thread in the middle of the confusion. This comes from a time when nobody spoon-fed everything to you. You had to observe, deduce, and learn on your own. When someone tells you about a problem full of scattered details, you're able to piece it all together and see what really matters. While others get lost trying to understand each separate part, you've already grasped the overall pattern. It's not because you're smarter. It's because your body has been trained to read the world without an instruction manual, without subtitles, without anyone pausing their life to explain every scene to you. This ability to find logic where there seems to be none is rare these days. Many people need everything organized, labeled, and explained before they can act. Not you. You see the pattern, understand the rhythm, and move forward. And that's a superpower born from growing up in a world where you had to figure out the rules of the game while playing. His way of staying calm when everything suddenly falls apart. When something unexpected happens, you don't scream, you don't freeze, you don't despair. You take a deep breath and think about what to do. While others around you panic, you maintain a strange, almost automatic calm. This isn't coldness. It's a capacity your body has developed to deal with the unpredictable without losing your footing. You grew up in a time when unforeseen events were part of the routine, not the exception. No one taught you breathing techniques or emotional control. You simply learned that panicking solves nothing. So your body created a different response. Observe, assess, act. It's not that you don't feel fear or worry. It's that you learned not to let it paralyze you. You feel it, but you keep functioning. And that's rare. This kind of calmness under pressure is a superpower that many people try to learn in courses, therapies, and self-help books. You've had it ingrained in your body since childhood because you grew up knowing that life doesn't give warning before changing direction, and you learn to stay standing even when the ground moves. If you've noticed this way of reacting in yourself or someone close to you, right, this sounds like me. This helps this video reach more people who think and feel similarly. How do your hands know how to fix things without an instruction manual? You pick up a broken object and, without looking for a tutorial on your phone, you start tinkering. Your hands test, twist, pull, and fit things together. You don't know exactly how it will work, but you trust that you'll figure it out along the way. This comes from a childhood where broken toys didn't go to repair shops. Either you fixed them or you were left without them, so you learn to try. When something stops working at home, you don't wait for someone to fix it. You go there, open it up, look around, test it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you're not afraid to try. It's not because you're a technician or know everything. It's because your body has been trained to solve practical problems without depending on a specialist for every loose screw. You simply act. That confidence in your own hands is a superpower that many people have lost. Today, anything that breaks becomes a reason to call, to search on Google, to wait for outside help. Not you. You trust that your hands know more than you imagine. And most of the réalido, the relaxed posture you maintain even when surrounded by emergencies. You're in the middle of a tense situation with people running around, and you maintain that calm demeanor. It's not that you don't care. It's that your body has learned not to react to every alarm as if it were the end of the world. You grew up in a time when urgency was an everyday occurrence, so your nervous system is calibrated differently. It knows how to distinguish what is serious from what is just noise. When someone rushes in saying everything needs to be resolved now, you listen, but you don't get caught up in the frantic pace. You maintain your own rhythm. It's not slowness. It's control. Your body knows that acting too hastily usually makes things worse, so it keeps you in a firmer, safer rhythm. And that bothers some people, but it saves many situations. This ability to maintain a relaxed posture amidst chaos is a superpower of emotional regulation. Many people allow themselves to be contaminated by the anxiety of others and lose clarity. Not you. You stay centered, breathe at your own pace, and act when you truly need to. And that's not indifference. It's the wisdom of the body. Your body understands real risks and automatically ignores false alarms. You hear someone dramatizing a situation and, deep down, you already know it's not as serious as it seems. It's not that you're insensitive. It's that your body has an internal risk meter that was calibrated in practice, not theory. You grew up facing real situations, without adults filtering out every danger. So you learn to sense the difference between what is truly threatening and what is just noise. When everyone around you is preoccupied with something small, you don't get caught up in it. You observe, evaluate, and usually realize it's not worth the energy. It's not because you don't care about anything. It's because you save your attention and strength for when you really need it. Your body knows that reacting to everything is the quickest way to exhaust yourself, so it chooses the battles for you. This ability to ignore false alarms is a superpower of emotional economy. Many people live in a constant state of alert, reacting to every notification, every comment, every tiny change. You don't. You keep your energy saved for when the danger is real. And when it arrives, you're ready, because you didn't spend it all beforehand. The way you improvise solutions without asking for help or waiting, you're in the middle of a problem, and instead of stopping everything to ask for guidance, you're already testing a solution. It's not the perfect solution, but it's something that works. You take what you have on hand and make it work. This comes from a childhood where you didn't have everything ready-made, so you learned to use what was available. Creativity wasn't a talent. It was a necessity. When something is missing, you don't complain and wait for someone to bring it. You look around and improvise. You use an object for another function, adapt it, invent a way. It's not a makeshift solution. It's practical intelligence. Your body has been trained not to depend on ideal conditions to act. It has learned to function with what it has, and to function well. This ability to improvise without waiting for permission or perfect resources is a superpower of autonomy. Many people freeze when something is missing, waiting for someone else to solve it or for conditions to improve. Not you. You act with what you have, adjust along the way, and move forward. And most of the time, that's more than enough. It's silent ability to continue functioning when infrastructure is lacking. You're in an environment where no one has set clear rules. No one has told you what to do, and you simply keep going. You don't wait for instructions. You don't freeze up for lack of direction. You observe. You feel the rhythm of the place and you adapt. This comes from growing up without a rigid routine, without a detailed schedule, without an adult organizing every hour of your day. You learn to structure yourself from the inside, not from the outside. When a work project goes off track or a family situation becomes uncertain, you don't panic. You keep doing what needs to be done, even without knowing exactly where it will lead. It's not because you don't like planning. It's because your body knows how to function without it. It has learned to trust its own sense of direction even when the map is blank. This ability to continue functioning without external structure is a superpower of self-management. Many people need deadlines, bosses, clear rules to be able to act. You don't. You carry your own internal compass, and it guides you even when no one else knows where to go. This isn't luck. It's the result of having learned to walk alone from an early age. If this explanation has made things clearer about your personality, comment, "Now I understand better." Your participation strengthens this self-awareness community. How do you naturally protect others without needing a protocol? You see someone in need and, without much thought, you're already helping. You don't wait to be called. You don't ask if you can. You don't follow a script on how to help. You simply act. This comes from growing up in a time when caring for one another was automatic, not something that required a course or training. You saw some exemples that when a child falls near you, when someone is lost, when you realize someone is going through something difficult, your body already moves. You offer your hand, pull out a chair, ask if everything is all right. It's not to look good or gain recognition. It's because your protective instinct was activated early on. You learned that caring is part of being alive, not an extra task. This natural way of protecting others without waiting for protocol is a superpower of active empathy. Many people feel the urge to help, but wait for the right moment, permission, the appropriate way. You don't. You act when you perceive the need. And that makes all the difference. Because sometimes the help that saves lives is the one that arrives unasked. Your mind knows how to survive without external validation, planning, or control. You make a decision and move forward, even without anyone saying you're right. You don't wait for approval. You don't need 5 opinions before acting. You trust what you feel, what you observe, and you act. This comes from growing up without adults validating your every choice. You had to decide on your own, make mistakes on your own, get things right on your own. And that taught you to trust yourself. When someone questions your choices, you listen, but you don't fall apart. You know that not everyone will understand your way of doing things, and that's okay. Your body has learned that external validation is good, but it's not essential. You don't depend on it to keep going. You follow your own rhythm, your own logic, and that keeps you strong even when no one is applauding. This ability to survive without constant validation is a superpower of emotional independence. Many people today live in search of likes, approval, and external confirmation for every step they take. Not you. You already know that the most important thing is to trust your own body, your own interpretation of the world. And that makes you free in a way that few can be. If you recognize these behaviors in yourself, know that they are not accidental. They are marks of someone who grew up in a time when life demanded more from the body and mind. Without warning, without preparation, you learn to function without a safety net, without a manual, without someone organizing everything around you. And this instilled in you a silent strength that many people will never develop. Not because you are better, but because you were forged differently. Emotional independence are not things you chose to have. They are responses your body created to survive and thrive in a world that didn't expect you. And today, these same responses make you someone capable of handling situations that paralyze others. You remain standing when everything around you crumbles. And that's no small feat. Perhaps you've never stopped to look at yourself this way. Maybe you thought it was just your way or that everyone was like that. But it's not. What you have is rare, and it deserves to be recognized. Not as nostalgia for a bygone era, but as a real ability that is alive in you to this day. You survived a type of chaos that most can no longer handle, and that says a lot about who you are. Have you ever noticed this type of behavior in yourself or someone you care about? Share your experience in the comments. Sometimes, just reading similar stories makes us feel much less alone. If you enjoy content that reveals the hidden superpowers in your personality, subscribe to the channel. Here, we look at common daily habits with a calmer, deeper, and more human perspective.